Hello again, Doc on the clock with more MAGMML3, and this is kind of a bonus episode. And you might be wondering, Doc, why the heck are you back in Hunter Tower? Didn't you suffer enough? Well, yes, but I am trying to hopefully prove a point. So we're gonna go back in here, and you might notice something. All of my weapons are unlocked. Yes, I am using the cheat for unlocking all the weapons, and we're going to see how big of a difference that makes to this stage. Because my thesis is that this stage is a lot better if it doesn't lock your weapons. I mean, a lot better. Of course, that's not from a design standpoint or such. That's from my, but it's from an experience standpoint. Like, I can play faster. I don't have to deal with as much waiting. Oh, right. Also turn the compass on. Okay. The compass does not appear to register secrets that have already been discovered. Because ordinarily it would be ringing up there because there's a token up there. But I'd like to point out already how much faster this is going. Just by virtue of having some tools that allow you just to not have to wait constantly. Just feel like they have too much health. Like, I'm sitting here at 2.5 minutes where I was... It took me significantly longer last time. I could utility over this. I'm not going to this time. If I die, I probably will, but... But I didn't die. And also, yeah, there's other paths. Here I will utility because I don't know how long this is going to take. Yeah, you've made a long rail with just a single platform. Imagine how long that would take me if I tried to do it regularly. Imagine how many times I would probably die. There's supposed to be moles in that room, but they didn't quite show up. Yeah. The moles have some issues. That's probably for getting rescued by the skull amulet. I'm just gonna guess. And see, we're at anchor in under 5 minutes this time. Speaking of, not having to use the Buster on him helps alleviate some of the issues that would come with having to spend so long on the stage. But you can tell that the experience is already drastically smoother. And the difference is, I have special weapons. And you know, the thing is, so the thing to remember is that this does not mean that the level is good now, but it still has the same fundamental issues that it had before. But special weapons make it a lot more tolerable. The flaws are more easily moved through, I'll say it. Yeah, I didn't need it anyway. Like, I can dash through this stage a lot more easily by virtue of having something that eases up the challenges and gets rid of some of the slow parts. How much of the slowness of the stage is just due to how many enemies are shielded, how long you have to wait for certain sections. And how deadly some of them are. Let's go ahead and fight Quint, because I'm not doing every single thing that I did before, but Quint as a bonus boss is something that makes sense. And like, that's not huge. Quint is not that hard with the Buster, but it's kind of the principle of the thing in that in a stage that is this massive, weapon weaknesses make a hell of a lot of difference in just how long things take. Because bosses are not a non-zero time investment. Especially when you've got quite a few of them, because this stage has quite a few of them. And sections like this, where there's a lot of risk of instant death. Yeah, it's being able to go through these less painfully it makes so much difference. Now, obviously, I'm bypassing some things I don't really have to bypass. I've done them before, but it's the amount of time that they take is just... I don't want to spend too long with this. Not just because I only have a limited amount of time to record at the moment, but also because, you know, it's this stage. And here's a part that's kind of very critical. This section that I absolutely loathe. So there's only so much I can do here, but I can do that. I cannot have to deal with the wind, so that I have a little bit more control over myself, over my positioning, over my timing. How much nicer was that than the many, many times I went through trying to reconfigure my location, getting knocked back into pits constantly because I was trying to fight the wind and explosions at the same time. Not even going up there, but it would be it's a lot easier to do with MAGMML3. And ultimately, the time investment isn't that different after you get in there. So hey, we actually get to fight Punk for once. And hey, look at that. I'm using its weakness. I could fight him Buster only, but it would take probably about 4 times as long. And when a stage is this long, that amount of time really adds up. Like, here's something to really recognize. How long did it take me to get to this point? Oh, that was a goof on my part. Thankfully, it didn't cost me. How long did it take me to get to this point in my first run? Even disregarding the fact that I spent 20 minutes on a single part of the stage that was utterly unnecessary. It still would have been probably like 40 minutes. And here, I am here in, like, 15. Under 15. In a terrible path, mind you, but... Oh, jeez. Okay, I think these guys didn't like magnetic shockwave. No, it's not that. Okay, yeah, Thunder Beam. I think the other one is Magnetic Shockwave, but I'll have to test. But it can go nice and quickly because I have special weapons. And that cannot be harped on enough. Here's a jump that's kind of nasty. I have Magna Beam though, so I'm not worried about it. And that's kind of the thing that comes out in this. Like, you can say, okay, Doc, you're using a lot of special weapons, and that's making the stage a whole lot easier. Doesn't that kind of make the level creator's point that they disabled the special weapons so that it wasn't so easy? But so here would be my rebuttal to that. When you are relying on disabling special weapons to force people to engage with your challenges, that is an admission of failure. Your challenges should be such that people want to engage with them. They should be designed with that in mind, with the idea that players won't want to bypass them. And so when you introduce an artificial restriction like disabling special weapons, you're essentially saying, I know already that people won't want to engage with these, and so I have to do something to force that. And by then you've already lost, because you've already essentially said, yeah, this is not good design, and people won't want to do it if I don't make them. And the other important thing is, if that is the case, then special weapons rescue the fun. Because even though I've been in this stage for almost 20 minutes, I don't dislike this experience. This is an experience that is okay. It's not fantastic, it's not groundbreaking, but it's one that I don't hate. Because the raw, organic experience with this still currently stands as my least favorite level, and I am through Tier 7 by this point. You haven't seen nearly as much of, as I've gotten through, but look, it's a... I am glad to have a backlog because things have occasionally come up which have required the backlog. And that's happened before. I can't forget during MAGMML3 when I was having issues with my sound and I did not have any buffer to go off of. Not a fun thing to have to deal with. But yeah, without the special weapons, there's no saving this. But with them, I can have some fun with it, even if it still is too long, even if it still has flaws with the design. Like, I get what they're going for here. This is kind of meant to be a merge of the Wily Tower from Wily Wars, the Genesis, the 1-3 compilation, the Mega Man Killer Game Boy stages and the Mega Man Killer MM10 stages. Yeah, it's obviously way too much. They should have stuck with one of the three and it would have been tolerable on its own. But, I get the concept now. The concept was never the issue. The theming is fine, even if it's a little hard to figure out just offhand. But, it's just the difference special weapons make. That went from over an hour, probably like almost 70 minutes, to 20 minutes. And yeah, there was some not spending oodles of time on trying to get a secret that was ultimately meaningless. There is the familiarity aspect, but really, more than anything, it's the fact that I had the special weapons to make that fundamentally easier and smoother. If you're going to make a stage that is really heavily laying on length and difficulty, you do not want to cancel special weapons. It is a huge mistake. Anyway, let's look at some plushies. Tar, a cursed plushie dug up from an ancient tomb. In stores now for 499 zenny. From the Ruby Spears Mega Man cartoon. Okay, I think I saw one episode of that, and but I know it's rather heavily memed. Cannon Joe, the classic type Joe-mounted turret. Looks like someone packaged the wrong sizes together. Yeah, that Joe looks awfully small. And we already have that one. A Star Force Mega Man, from Anachronism. A fusion of two lonely souls, their wills combine to protect the ones they love. Wave battle, right on. And Srara Gel. For some reason, a rose seems to appear next to this plushie every time you look away from it. He did have an inordinate number of roses. And Skullman. Who knew death could be this cute and marketable? I think a lot of people like Skullman. He does have kind of a really nifty design. But yeah, I think I've proven my point. This stage, really, it's... The fun scores speak for themselves, but I think that if special weapons had been an option, these would have gotten at least somewhat better fun scores. Maybe none of the rest would be better, but the fun score, yeah, I think that would be improved. Even, you know, these judges tend to favor the Buster in general, but I think they would resort to special weapons if it was proving that it was making the experience better. And inherently, it just would have made the experience better. It did make the experience better, because I re-experienced it and I was not loathing myself for it. So, yeah. Something to think about, you aspiring level creators out there. Don't turn off special weapons. You don't like that they obviate your challenges? Make challenges that people won't want to use them around. Or just accept that they'll be used. Now, it's not a bad thing if people want to use special weapons. Design your challenges around their existence. You know they're going to be there, so think about that. Anyway, that's all for me for now for this bonus episode, which is well out of order from my recording process, but I wanted to put this in where it was fresh, because I think it has more impact there. So until next time, this is Doc. I'll see you later.